A few weeks ago, after I created this video exposing the all too common brand ambassador scam on Instagram, many of you commented letting me know that you wanted to see a video about how to get legit brand deals on Instagram. The world of social media is unfortunately very flooded now with people who make money off of tricking you into thinking that you're getting a brand deal. So in this video, I'm going to clear up exactly how a small creator can get legitimate paid brand deals and how I've done it. Just as a heads up, this video is going to be formatted kind of like a list of tips, but at the end of the day, you really need to be implementing all of them in order for this to be effective, especially my last one. So make sure that you watch to the very end of the video because my final point is probably going to be the most impactful one in terms of you actually making money as a small creator on Instagram. And I don't just say that to keep you to the end and because I need better watch time rates, which I do, but there's also some other stuff that we need to build on before we get there. So just make sure you keep on watching. The first thing that you need to do as a small creator that wants to start getting legitimate paid brand deals is be known for a specific niche. I know, niche. That biche is back at it again. I know I talk about having a niche or a purpose in every single video pretty much, but it is true. It is so important that you know what you're creating and who you're creating it for. That is foundational. I feel like we could have a segment on this channel that's like call and response, you know, kind of like that part in Drag Race where RuPaul says, "Because reading is what? Fundamental." Well, I could be all like, having a niche is, and all of you would respond in the comments, foundational. Okay, nobody here got that reference. Never mind. I'm just gonna take my bisexual ass and put it back in the closet. That's right. Anyway, having a niche is foundational. But having a niche is especially important when you have a smaller audience and you're getting started and you're trying to prove your value to potential sponsors. When you don't have the value of just offering a really large, broad audience of like hundreds of thousands or millions of people, the value that you can offer to sponsors is having a very specific audience. So for instance, if a brand wanted to reach young women creators who are interested in developing their own online businesses, I would be the girl for you because that is the majority of my audience. It's a very specific group of people. And the companies that I have worked with have been interested in reaching those kind of folks. So just remember, when you can't offer the advantage of having a really large audience, you can offer the advantage of having a very specific audience. And so say it with me, niching is foundational. We'll get there. Once you have a niche nailed down, it's time for you to start seeking out smaller brands that you can pitch yourself to. You've got to do your research here. You have to find brands that you truly do care about. So ideally, it's companies that you use their product or service and you would genuinely be wanting to share it with your audience anyway. And it's even better if this is a small business that might not have a ton of experience with influencer marketing already. Definitely when you're starting out with like 5,000 to 10,000 followers, you're not going to be pitching yourself to Nike or Squarespace or something like that. You're going to start working with small businesses who probably have a smaller budget. One way to get started with this, especially if it makes sense for your brand, is finding local businesses that you can work with because likely they don't have a ton of experience with the social media marketing world, and you can provide the benefit of not only doing some advertising for them, but also walking them through what it's like to work with an influencer. And then once you've done your research and you've found the right companies, it's time to send them a pitch. If you've never written a pitch to a brand before, I actually have a template that you can use. You can download it for free at katiesteckly.com/pitch. Basically, this is an email template that you can customize to your situation and to the brand that you're reaching out to, and it just gives you a sense of the general format that I have used to get brand deals in the past. This is the same email format that I used to reach out to a local travel agency that eventually landed me a gig going to film their trip in Ecuador. Just had to flex on that because I'm really proud of it. The main thing you have to keep in mind when you're writing this pitch is how you can set yourself apart. Always put yourself in the brand's shoes. Think about what they're going to want from you. How can you provide value to them? And as small creators, when we can't offer the advantage of having a super large audience, and trust me, I'm right there with you on that. Like, I don't have a very large Instagram audience. You have to be able to provide value in another way. So maybe that is your really specific audience, and maybe that's also your really good engagement rate. Having good engagement as a small creator is key to getting these brand deals, because if you don't have a huge following and your small following isn't really that engaged, then you're going to have a really hard time pitching and actually securing sponsorships. So work on your community and your engagement first. Once you've made your pitch and you've made contact with the brand and they're potentially interested in working with you, you need to make a reasonable offer. Sometimes people like to start out in the world of influencer marketing and brand deals by trading their post for free product, which is fine, especially when you're small. But I would recommend as early as possible, start charging a fee for your work. It's going to be really difficult to get out of that mindset of just getting free product for posts if that's what you've always done. So if you eventually want to get to the point where you're going to be charging for your brand deals, which obviously you need to if you're trying to make a career out of this, then I would recommend from the very beginning just asking for a very reasonable rate, even if it's just $50 or $100. It gets you into the mindset of charging for your work, which is important. Now, when it comes to eventually increasing that rate, obviously you can't be doing this for $50 forever. You can't always depend on your follower count increasing for you to be able to increase that rate. So what you want to do at this stage, once you've gotten comfortable with securing brand deals with small businesses, getting paid a reasonable rate for your work, it's time to start upping the value that you're providing in order to increase your rates. And this is the key. This is what I said, to keep watching to get to this point so that I could tell you the main way that you're going to be able to make more money off of brand deals as a small creator. Everything in this video is leading up to this moment, and that is figure out how you can offer more than just a post on your Instagram. Think about what skills you have to offer. Are you a really good photographer? Are you great at video editing? Do you make the perfect Canva graphics, or maybe you're a really good content writer? Whatever skill you have to offer, which obviously you have them because you're making Instagram content, so you have the skills required to do that. Think about how you can offer those skills to that brand in exchange for a higher fee. So let's say instead of just doing a post on my feed for $50, I'm going to negotiate with this brand and tell them that I'll make a post on my feed, plus I'll generate the content for them to post 3 feed posts on their own page, plus they could repurpose them for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and now I'm going to charge them $500 because not only are they getting advertising on my small page, but they're also getting this awesome marketing package of content that they can repurpose and use on their own channels. This is just another way that you can provide more value than just simply the number of followers you have. Throughout this video, I've been talking about how if you can't offer a large audience, you can offer a specific audience. If you can't offer a large audience, you can offer an engaged audience. And if you can't offer a large audience, you could offer content. In the traditional advertising world, agencies that produce this kind of content would be worth a lot of money. It's expensive to hire a photographer, it's expensive to hire a content writer or a social media marketer. So if you can create one whole package that includes posting on your own feed plus creating content for them, then it's just an added bonus for this brand. I did this a few times earlier in my content creation career, and honestly, I would still do it now if a brand would agree to it. I don't do a lot of pitching, I'll be honest. Now I have a lot more inquiries coming to me, so I don't have to go out and do this kind of cold pitching. But back when I had about 2,000 subscribers, I actually worked with a local charity thrift shop business, and I made videos for their YouTube channel, and I wrote the script, I hosted the videos, I edited them, so it was basically like it was my YouTube channel, but I was just the host for the store. Those were also posted on Facebook, so kind of an interesting gig. I was kind of like a brand ambassador for them, but it was all on their own channels. And then, like I mentioned earlier in this video, I did this trip to Ecuador where I filmed content for this company, and it was sort of a combination of making videos for my own YouTube channel as well as making a huge package of content for their own marketing purposes. And I got a free trip to Ecuador out of it, baby, so what I'm saying is this is just a unique way that you can increase the value that you offer in addition to the audience that you already have. So really it's all about creative problem solving and asking yourself, if I can't offer 100,000 followers, what can I offer? Maybe I can offer 1,500 followers and a great package of content for the brand to use on their own channels. And that's the process. That is how I started getting brand deals when I had far less than 10,000 subscribers or 10,000 Instagram followers. It can be done. It just takes some persistence, some ingenuity, and some creativity, but I know you can do it. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the video that I made all about the brand ambassador scam on Instagram. Likely you've come across it before, and I explain exactly how it works and why you shouldn't be falling for it. So make sure you go watch that next. Before you go click there though, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!